and welcome back to Glitter Budget with your hosts, Ann Jeanette.
And Jess?
And in today's episode, we're continuing our Tim Burton series, and we've moved on to Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. Was released in 1990. Obviously
Mhm.
directed by Tim Burton. It was also co-written by Tim Burton and Caroline
Caroline Thompson.
Thompson. She did some of the story and all the screenplay. And then like reading little tidbits because I was rewatching the movie. As an adult, it's like, why are you bringing strange men home? Like, just completely. You just have to come home with me now.
Yeah, just like she's bringing home like a stray cat or dog or something like that. She's
Yeah.
like, well, you just have to come home with me.
Because the whole premise of the movie is an inventor who was basically lonely, had created a creation essentially. So
He was like one of those people that just kind of like oddball. He had a lot of uh he had like an assembly line of
to make
robot
cookies,
like machines
yeah,
in his mansion to make cookies, and he had one that would chop up, I don't know, foods of some sort, but
yeah,
they were all like assembly line machines essentially. And he after he took a heart cookie
yeah. He was
and
like,
he put it up against his
oh,
little chopping machine guy, and he's like, I can make a person.
yeah,
And you notice when you look at this little machine guy that it has the buckles and everything on it, that like the S&M looking
yeah,
kind of outfit that Edward has throughout the movie that
yeah.
he never takes off. I wonder, like that was something that I wondered throughout, was like that he never showers.
No,
I think he only eats just for funsies. I don't know if he actually eats out of necessity because
didn't seem like it.
yeah, I think he just kind of ate for Peg's benefit,
Yeah,
and that it was kind of cute,
yeah,
but like I don't know. He was odd. He was I think obviously he is immortal.
right. Yeah, so he's an immortal creation. I guess that's what a lot of people were asking, like Tim Burton and Johnny Depp when. Oh, by the way, it stars Johnny Depp, Winona Ryder.
Right.
Um,
Oh Jesus, Diane Wiest
Thank you.
And Alan Arkin, as
Yes.
well as Michael Anthony Hall, who you know and love from The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles. But he plays
Yeah,
a douche canoe.
huge douche canoe in this movie. Definitely stepped out of his comfort zone to do it.
Yeah, he just looked like this big, beefy, fucking. Ugh. Like when I saw him, I was like, that's not him. Like obviously it was him. He was like a little bit older, but he was so much taller than Winona Ryder.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I don't know if she's that short or if he's that tall or if it's a combination of both.
maybe they could have just filmed it too. Had like a weird.
Oh, they did like Lord of the Rings style.
Yeah, maybe.
Nah, maybe.
But I guess when they were asking them though about like basically what is Edward? You know, is he a golem? Is he like what is he?
Mm-hmm.
And the only response he would give is just he's a creation. So it's just
Cool. Thanks.
yeah. So it's just kind of like it leaves it up to the viewer's imagination. But I wonder that too is like if you're gonna eat and drink, it's gotta come out eventually.
Yeah. It can't be like, it has to be processed in some way. So like, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just all these all these questions and queries lead to
More
just
questions.
more
Yeah.
questions. You're just like, what is going on?
As like a kid though, obviously like that was something that we never thought about. But like in the movie though, his creator, who was played by Vincent Price, dies.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody knows that he made Edward. So he's just up there for God only knows how long. So he has no social skills, completely isolated, knows nothing about the world. And Peg is, bless her heart, is an Avon lady. So old school Avon, we're like,
Avon
calling.
calling.
So she decides, screw it. I'm going to go up to this big mansion, see what's up there,
Yeah.
and finds Edward, who, unfortunately has like a lot of scars and stuff on his face from not being finished and having scissors for hands.
Yes.
So she just decided, yeah, I'm going to take him home and help him out.
And he's cool with it. She's cool with that's what I thought was kind of cute. The fact that this neighborhood, I guess that the movie is supposed to be from Edward's perspective,
Right.
which is why everything like looks so bright and colorful and everything, and which is completely different from what he was used to. Because he, like you said, he was alone for God knows how long,
Mm.
and when he gets to this town, which is an actual town in Florida.
Yes, which I thought was awesome.
It's adorable, and I like the garish painting.
Oh, it's awful. It's so
It's
bad.
awesome. I would love a little neighborhood like that. This little
Oh,
cotton candy world of whatever the fuck it was. I like it. But that's why everything is so colorful and bright and everything. And I'm wondering also what time it was, because obviously there were
yeah.
landlines and everything was small mom and pop shop and everything like that. But I think a lot of Tim Burton's movies are kind of like that.
I think so too. Yeah, and I know like the cars and stuff they were portraying, like they were driving in the movie, was 50s, I think.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that huge 50 feel. Like with Winona Ryder and her boyfriend, like their friends had that van that was very much like 80s, early 90s feel to it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of,
I don't know. It
I
might
don't
have been
know.
one of those towns that's kind of like stuck in time.
yeah.
And like I said, the van was a black van with flames on it. Fucking
But the
that
van-
I consider garish, by the way.
The van itself, though, was not from the 50s. That I
No,
can tell you.
it was
so,
not.
but yeah, I don't know. It was funny though to watch. Like as a kid, never questioned of like, yeah, totally just gonna meet this guy for 2 seconds. He has scissors for hands. I'm gonna totally bring him home. And the family was just like, all right.
All right.
But I guess Carolyn Thompson had created Pig's character based off of her mother, who
Mhm.
apparently brought strangers home frequently.
Which, thank God, none of that shit ended in tragedy or
Right?
nightmare, because, she could have been another statistic.
Seriously, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just because like the way that I don't know. We always had like people in and out of our house like constantly, but that was for a lot of different reasons. But like, but like, I don't know. Just like now, like I see someone hitchhiking, I'm like, sucks to be you. I ain't letting you
Yeah.
in my car.
I've watched a lot of unsolved mysteries. I watch a lot of I read up on serial killers and stuff like that. So I'm that basic ass bitch that does all that shit. So like when I see a hitchhiker or something, I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah, no.
that guy is gonna kill someone. And then I this one guy. Okay, this is like a anecdote, but I saw someone pick up a hitchhiker, and I was like, I have to try to get their license plate, because what if they're going to be on the next missing persons list?
All right,
You
so
know?
so another anecdote on that, and then we'll get back on topic. So I had so that is probably like had it been in the 80s. So my one uncle had gotten like shit faced at the bar, either walk there or someone took his car, whatever the case, but he had to walk back. So he was hitchhiking back to his house, which was not close, and he's like, it was, middle of the night. So this car all of a sudden like pulls over. So he's like, it's sweet, like I got a ride, yes. So
Oh,
he
no.
runs over to go get in the car, and the guy was just jacking it. Like he just pulled over. I guess he couldn't wait till he got home. So Michael was like, "Oh fuck, sorry, we're good." And he's like, "Oh shit, sorry. Like no, if you need a ride," he's like, "Nope, sure don't."
Dude, what makes you think I would want, like, yeah, I'm desperate for a ride, but what makes you think that I have that low standards that, like, you couldn't wait
Right?
until you got to wherever you were going to jack it in the privacy of your own home? Unless that was, like, something that he got off on. He's just like, oh my god, yes.
Maybe.
I can pull over to the side of the road and just fucking go at it.
I don't like. I can almost see if it was like a couple, like a little tipsy, like you know what I mean. They were just like, you know what, no, like we're doing it right now. But like, I don't. Anyways, back on topic. Jesus, I'm sorry. It just popped into my head where I was like, that story just sticks.
Well, can I
In my
put another
brain.
anecdote on top of that one?
Sure.
So I was driving in downtown Scranton when I was in high school. So I was fairly young, 16, 17.
Like, oh baby.
Oh, you little baby. And I was also a mall rat. So I was driving, I think from the mall or whatever, but I was driving in downtown Scranton, and I pulled up to a stoplight, and there was a guy that pulled up next to me, and he's just, it's broad daylight, BT dubs,
What?
and he's just fucking going at it
Wow.
with his.
Did you guys make eye contact?
Yeah, and then I ran a red light. was like, oh, Jesus.
I don't blame you. I probably would have too.
Because it was like a clown penis also, because it was like wobbly. I was like, ah. So I don't know, because I obviously didn't inspect it closely. I don't know if that was his actual dick or if he was just like doing some kind of wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man dick or something like that as like a prank.
Yeah. He was just, let's see how many people I can fool today at a red light. Just scarred you for life.
Yes, I picture that often, and not out of like, yes, remember that one time? It's more like, that's why sometimes I laugh at dicks.
Oh, that's great.
Because I just picture. Anyway, back to our movie that we're discussing. Edward Scissorhands.
So anybody who's followed Tim Burton's movies,
Oeuvre.
obviously he and Johnny Depp work quite a bit together, but this was the first movie they had done. So it kind of spawned like this great relationship.
And they became biffles after this.
Yes. And it was also one of Tim Burton's and Danny Elfman's favorite films that they've done together. So I thought that was pretty neat because it's like a huge like library to choose from. They've done a lot of work together. So
yeah. I think it's adorable that directors are kind of like, I don't know, they almost have like this weird mental illness where they have to like have things that comfort them, so they use the same people over and over again.
Right.
And it's
kind of like
not mental illness, but
no.
like just like how any one of us would be like, I want to work with my friend. And you don't want to use new people, so like, Joss Whedon is one of them, Tim Burton's one of them, Martin Scorsese,
Kevin Smith.
Oh my god.
Which I feel like he's like the epitome of that, because like literally people that were his friends prior to him becoming famous just continued to work with. Like it was kind of like the dream growing up that came true.
And because his movies got traction behind them, the people that he worked with ended up getting to do other things.
Right. So cool. But that's kind of one of those things, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, clearly like the chemistry and that formula worked for Tim Burton for so long. So like just go with it, whatever. And I guess Winona Ryder had dropped out of Godfather Part 3,
which was
this
for
movie.
The best. I mean,
yeah.
To be fair, I haven't seen any of the Godfather movies, so I can't say one way or the other, like yay or nay. But I don't know. I don't know if they deserved sequels.
Apparently it did, but I don't know. I guess if
we'll let the viewers vote.
As Drew Barrymore was also eyed up for Kim instead of Winona Ryder.
Oh yeah, that would have been yeah.
Would have played out better for Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder. They started to fall in love during the filming that movie. They ended up started dating, got married, divorced, and now Johnny Depp has wino on his arm forever.
So let that be a lesson, kids and viewers. Don't get your partner's, lovers, whatever you want to call them's name.
Don't do it.
Tattooed on your person, because not trying to say that love doesn't last, but you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I would say, maybe do it as a memorial, more so as a
we're going to be here forever.
Yeah. So I would do it maybe posthumously.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh, but no, I don't know. I just as a kid, watching it was, obviously a very like fantastical movie, bright colors, this weird guy. Like I don't know. I just like the storyline. It was just fun, especially when he starts cutting like the neighbor's hair, the dog's hair. But like rewatching as a teen and an adult, like. I think I said it was just very weird to bring this guy home, and then like the horny housewife neighbor.
Oh my god!
like rewatching it the other night, like watching him, you cut my hair instead of the dog's, and she like literally like orgasmic experience.
Yes, that was like as I was watching, I was like, I did not pick up on this as a child.
No, like the toe curling.
Yep, it was so funny. But Oh shit! I had a point to make and I just fucking forgot it.
Oh.
Of course, my mind is so geriatric.
It's okay. So is
Anyway,
mine.
let's move on, and I'll blurt it out when you're in the middle of something.
Awesome. So, a couple of the other actors that were eyed up to play Edward was, I think, Tom Hanks, which was like, what? No. Robert Downey Jr., Jim Carrey, and Tom Cruise. Like, none of those made sense. None of them made any kind of sense.
I mean, especially with RDJ at that point in
Right.
time. RDJ now still would be weird, but I like him now. Like anything that he's in now, I'm gonna fucking watch.
Yeah.
And I do love me some Tom Hanks, but I like Tom
Not for
Hanks in
that.
his iconic roles that he's done previously
Right.
and since. And I did have a crush on Tom Cruise in his younger years,
Really?
but once he went, like, he was not the kind of crush that I like. I would have like a bunch of posters of him or like collect pictures.
You didn't
and
come of age.
no,
The awakening didn't happen.
No. None of that shit happened with Tom Cruise. Like, I thought he was, I thought he was cute.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed looking at his face when he was younger. As he got older, like, you can see the crazy in his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you just know. And especially once he fixed his teeth, like, it got
It got weird.
fucking weird. And I look at Katie Holmes as like a Stockholm Syndrome survivor,
Right.
almost. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Ay.
Fun. So, knowing like the other the other actors that they had eyed up for that role, that would have just been horrible. But funny story, like as a kid, so obviously when the movie came out, I was like 4. Obviously, I didn't fucking watch it when I was 4, so it's probably closer between like 7 and 10, somewhere around there.
I don't remember the first age I watched it, honestly.
I was definitely young. Like,
Yeah.
I was definitely before preteens or teens. So growing up, my dad was like huge into like classic rock, all different kinds of stuff, and he was like really big into the band Kiss. So I've seen Kiss twice, thanks to my dad. But as a kid, looking at the guitar player from Kiss, Ace Frehley, and Edward Scissorhands, I was convinced for years that Ace Frehley played Edward Scissorhands.
Does he look like him? Because I'm not a Kiss fan.
Honestly,
When you think of it as a rational adult, no.
no.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
as a kid,
child.
maybe. And this obviously was before the days of internet and me understanding like, hey, I could just look at the back of the fucking VHS tape and see who played these characters. Like, I just took it
Yeah.
for, I don't know, my
This person looks
brain.
like this person.
Yep, and then
you're
clearly
like,
this is it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that happens a lot. It's fine. I liked the this is what I was going to say. I want to be the prop person or whoever had to just throw all of the hair
Right?
and leaves and ice and shit, just dumping the ice whenever like Edward had to like chop something. I just wanted to be that person. Like when I was watching it, I was like, that would be a good. You guaranteed have like a very important role. Like, obviously they have important roles regardless.
Right, but you made the scene.
Yeah, like the way you threw it just had to match up just right, and it had to just add the right amount of pizzazz and humor and everything to the scene.
I wonder if they got somebody specifically for that, or if they were like, how are we going to do this? Hey, you, can you just do this?
We should look at the credits and just see if it was just like prop thrower, if that was like his name, because I don't think they have a name like Best Boy or Grip or something
Yeah,
like that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't. Gaffer. See, we know things. We really don't. I don't know why you guys listen to us.
I thought it was funny though, because like looking at the amount of times he did like the haircuts that were just absolutely horrendous. They were ridiculous.
They were Tim Burton.
They were Tim Burton, and the one kind of reminded me a little bit of a Who.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like with the curly.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I guess the haircuts that he started to do on the dogs, they were real.
Yeah.
So those poor dogs actually got those haircuts, and then were like just put into scene.
Yeah. The poodle. I was like, oh, her shame is showing. And then with the little rat dog, he made him look like a little tiny rat lion.
Right? Oh, it was so bad. And she's just like so happy with it too. I
Like,
was
oh
like, ugh.
my god. Oh,
I
not
guess
good.
the whole premise of Edward though is based off of a drawing that Tim Burton had done as a teen, who grew up in Burbank, California, which is very like suburb type esque area.
That's what the
Which
neighborhood was based off of. His
right.
neighborhood in Burbank, California.
So, and I mean, Tim Burton was born as Tim Burton. Like he didn't. So
Yeah,
I'd
I
imagine as a
feel like,
teen, like he was like, oh
and
god,
he based like Edward is supposed to be kind of like him,
yeah.
which the hair is the same.
The hair was actually based off of. Oh my god, forgive me. I'm sorry, Cure fans.
Oh, oh, oh!
Right?
I know his. Hold on. I saw it
Like
somewhere. just
legit, if you had
recently.
asked me any other time, hey, who sings for the Cure, I would be able to tell you Robert.
Robert Smith. I was gonna say Robert Frost, but that's a different
Thank
Robert.
you. But it was based off of his hair, and he was actually approached to do the soundtrack, but he was busy recording his album at the time. Yeah. But I don't know, looking at like knowing that Edward's more based off of Tim Burton and the way that he was feeling as a teen, watching it now as an adult, I'm like, that's really sad.
Yeah, the fact that he had that view of himself. I mean, it's sad, but it's also like I think a lot of us kind of feel that growing up is like this outsider that doesn't belong in the world
Yeah.
at large. You kind of feel like you are this thorn in everyone's side that you were just kind of thrust into everything that's going on and you
You're
don't
forced
really
to
quite fit.
Yeah. But
But it's like I thought it was kind of refreshing how everyone jumped, like they were just like, yes, we love Edward. Like they were kind of like nervous
no,
at first, but
like
they did accept him, but they did want to exploit him at the same
no, I
time.
was gonna say, see, that was the thing. It wasn't for me. Like watching it now, it wasn't a thing of being accepting him.
Well,
It
yeah.
was I'm a lonely housewife. I literally have nothing else going on in my life, and this is something new and exciting.
Well, okay, yeah,
And then
there
it
was that.
very much turned into like a
But
young.
Peg and her family did accept him
Yeah.
and they did love him,
So
which
aside
I
for
thought was
Peg,
nice.
But
Yeah.
everybody else, though,
Everyone else wanted to exploit him and get something off of him, and Bill, the father, was trying to like help him like
integrate.
get it, like gain a responsibility for his services. Like, hey, like you gotta charge for your services. And she's like, oh well, so and so gave him cookies. She's like, cookies don't pay for this. Cookies don't pay for this. And it's
Right.
like, yeah, and I'm like, that's Alan Arkin. I did not recognize Alan Arkin. He was so young in that movie.
Right.
But I did really love his deadpan character.
Oh my god, you could just tell. And he was like, I mean, you see some of the other husbands at like the barbecue, but you don't really get to know their personality very well. And I just got that impression that he's just like, just a beaten down. I just want to sit in the backyard, have my beer, and be left the hell alone. What is my wife bringing home now? Just, I don't care. Just do it.
Yeah.
If that means you can leave me the hell alone for an hour and have my beer and watch bowling, great.
Yeah. It was like, but I thought it was adorable that
They
she
were
put,
cute.
like the two of them together, and then she put Edward in the little button down
I know.
with the suspenders, and you're like,
Cut him off by accident. She was so proud of it. But you could tell, though, too, like, him being isolated for so long and trying to fit in, like, you just want that kind of positive reinforcement and
Yeah.
feedback. And so the two of them were so cute together because anytime she was like, like, we got it, or you look good, or he's like, yeah. Like, he's just so, like, yeah, this is
like
good.
with the makeup scenes, and she's trying to like help him with the scars, and she's trying to like learn herself because she's trying to like go up in the Avon lady ranks. So she's trying to learn, and he's just like, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes with it, and he's got his little hair up. It warmed my dead heart, and I
Yeah.
loved it so much, and it was just adorable. And
I know. The ending of it, though, is very much a like a Frankenstein kind of, like the whole neighborhood,
turned on him.
Turned
I
on
love
him.
that police officer though.
Yep.
Just where he was like, he was genuinely. So if you have not seen it, there's Edward. It likes the daughter of Peg, who is, what's her fucking name?
Kim.
Kim. So he likes the daughter. Kim at first is kind of like, I think he's kind of fucking weird. I don't want anything to
Her
do with
first
him.
introduction is her coming home early from camping and he's sleeping in her waterbed that he
Yes.
destroys.
Yes. So he's got a crush on her. She freaks out. Obviously, you know, I would probably feel the same way if some random dude was sleeping in my bed.
Oh, yeah.
And because no one, obviously, they didn't have any cell phones or anything back then to be like, hey, just a heads up,
Right.
you know, whatever. So what was my point? Holy shit, I lost it.
Her shitty boyfriend wants Edward to break into
Right.
his
So,
dad's fancy room
so
or
they
whatever.
can have their little fuck van.
Yeah.
So he's telling, what's his name? Jack.
Toolbag. We're just
Toolbag.
gonna call him Toolbag.
Toolbag wants Kim because he knows that Edward has a crush on her.
Yeah.
To get Edward to break in to the house because they know from previously that he can use his
Pick a lock,
scissors
yeah.
to pick a lock. So they break in because his family has a lot of money and they have this room dedicated to where all of his father's stuff is like all the fancy shit that they've got, the high-end stuff of the day. And but they don't know that room was wired separately. So as soon as you enter the room without having like the correct code or the key or whatever, that it locks and it immediately sets off an alarm and the police are called. So Edward gets arrested. And he, at this point, he was like the hero of the town. That he was on the local news and everything.
Right.
And everyone starts to turn on him at this point, thinking that he kind of,
That
not
coulda
immediately, but like
no,
they kind of,
they start to whisper like that could have
Yeah.
happened to me, and like the horny
Mhm.
housewife makes a pass at him, which doesn't go well. He runs out because he's never had a sexual encounter before, and she cries
essentially
victim.
tried to rape him.
Yeah, and
and
she's
then,
like, it roles reversed. Oh my god! And like
yeah,
everyone knows you're a whore.
yeah.
You definitely wanted that.
Sure.
You wanted that dick.
Mhm.
Anyway, sorry.
But so he gets arrested, and there's a police officer there that is genuinely concerned because he gets Edward gets evaluated by a psychiatrist, I believe, and the
Yeah.
psychiatrist is telling him that like he's been isolated for who knows how long. He doesn't necessarily know the difference between right and wrong, and then the police officer is like,
Well,
"Is
the
he?"
fantasy mindset that he has, and
He's just
all
like,
serious stuff.
"Is he going to be okay out there?" And the doctor, long and short, is like, "He'll be okay." And then he just leaves. And he's like, well, okay. Well, I don't. So he's concerned for
Yeah.
Edward.
I kind of felt like it was like what I picked up on it as it was, the doctor kind of goes over these things that obviously need work. Like you need some kind of help to integrate. And so he goes over like this whole like really concerning sentence that he says, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll be fine," and then just walks off of like,
Yeah.
I feel like there should be more to it.
Yes, I feel like there should have been more of a diagnosis. But so you can kind of tell from there on that the police officer is going to be kind of looking out for Edward. So afterwards, the other events happen. Edward is on the run. The police are looking for him, and the police is like, he's in the car with his little spotlight, and he's driving very slowly, giving Edward time, I think,
Yeah.
to run. And then when all of the entire town kind of like chases him off to the mansion at the end, the police officer goes up and he's at the like gates of the mansion and he just fires his gun in the air and he's just like, "Go on, run."
Right.
So he's trying to like essentially tell the town like, "Hey, it's over, it's done. You don't have to worry about him anymore." And then Kim did a similar thing as well when she found like an extra set of scissor hands and is like, "He's dead." They ended up killing each other because the
Her
roof
and the
caved in. And
tool
blah,
bag.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they were just trying to preserve him in the
Aw.
end. And so I really appreciated the police officer for doing that. Like it was nice. I feel like they could have developed his role a little bit more, but
Yeah.
I did like the role that he did play.
Yes. Oh, it was nice.
It was nice. And I don't remember literally very much of that movie at all. I do wonder where he gets the ice to do the sculptures in the
Yeah, I
end.
wondered that too.
Like,
But I mean, really, if that's
is he
going to be our
is he
biggest
placing
question.
orders somewhere?
That's our biggest question, though, from the movie. I mean,
I mean, I had other questions, pressing questions, like, where did all the food that Peg made him eat go?
Right.
You know, what's
Yeah.
going to happen to that? Because obviously, when he's by himself, he doesn't really have to eat for anyone's benefit.
No.
But the ice, that was the biggest. Does he only order it in the winter? Because obviously, they're somewhere where like they don't really get snow
Yeah.
in the winter, so he just orders it for the winter to make ice sculptures, and that's how they get snow and wherever the fuck they're from.
Sure.
But it's yeah, those are the I had other ones, but that's the biggest question that I have is like, where the fuck does he get the ice? Does he order it himself?
Maybe.
How does he order it?
I don't know.
Does he use a phone?
Maybe it was the cop. Maybe the cop knew.
Maybe. All right, we'll use the cop angle.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing that I can think.
Or Kim, because she was doing like the whole like dancing in the snow thing.
I know, but she said she didn't want him to remember her as an old lady. She wanted him to remember.
Well, she doesn't have to hand deliver it.
So she orders ice and just sends
like
it up there.
Yeah.
And he's just supposed to be oh, okay, I make sculptures. Okay.
Sure. Why not?
I feel like that's a weird relationship to have.
They gotta have some sort of relationship. You think that something like that just ends there? Mm-mm.
If he is a creation, does he have sperm?
I think we're taking this a little far.
But see, now I have more questions. The questions lead to more questions, guys. That's the thing. I need to know what's going on. Anyway, we'll wrap this up. But if you have not watched Edward Scissorhands, you definitely should. It's a very cute movie. I don't know where I would rank it in Tim Burton's oeuvre.
Beetlejuice is still my favorite.
Yeah.
I'd say top 3, top 5.
Yeah, I mean, we're only going to go over 5 or 6 Burton movies, honestly, but and he has more, but we're like, for any little series that we do, whether it's Tim Burton or if it's going to be like Marvel or whatever, we're going to try to do not the entire thing unless you guys specifically want that, but we're going to try to do just like a shortened version of things
I would say
they've done.
Ranks 4.
Yeah.
For me, personally. So I think like Beetlejuice, A Nightmare Before Christmas, Batman Returns, specifically Batman Returns. I know he did Batman as well. And then Edward Scissorhands.
I don't know. I'm going to have to look at some of his stuff over again, but
That's fair.
like, we're going to talk about Nightmare Before Christmas next, which I think we mentioned before. Tim Burton did not direct it.
Nope.
It's just his idea.
And characters.
Characters and stuff like that. But really, like, because he did the original. We'll get into it next time. But anyway.
Watch next week.
Next week's episode, Nightmare Before Christmas. That's kind of like an iconic one for me. Like the tippity top, I think, of Tim Burton's movies for me. But, so watch Edward Scissorhands. I believe you can really only...
I had to rent it on Prime.
I had to rent it through Comcast's On Demand because if you Google where to stream it, it will say that it's on Disney Plus and it will lie to your face because it is not there. And I don't know if it's only available through like the weird bundle package that you can get with ESPN Plus because it says also on Google that ESPN Plus has it, which I don't know why the fuck
that makes
sports
no sense.
network would have Edward Scissorhands or any non-sports related movie whatsoever. But that's what the Google told me, and it lied. It lied. Their pants were on fire. So rent it. It was like $4.
I go on Amazon. It was $3.
It was like $3.99.
Yeah.
The thing. So do yourself a favor. Watch it. It is cute. Johnny Depp in one of his, after 21 Jump Street, he's trying to break out of that, like, teenage
heartthrob kind of thing. 'Cause after that, he did, I think his first movie was A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Which is, again, same as teenage heartthrob kind of thing. So that one, though, he gets regurgitated from a bed. It's a fun scene.
Yes. He had a very small role in that.
And it was not that small, no.
No?
No, he was the boyfriend of Nance, like what? All right. Anyways, if you like our vibe,
Please like and
like and
subscribe.
subscribe.
And click the look. Wow, Jesus Christ. Look at the description box of this video, and you will see all of our other social medias. We have
Yes.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
Yes.
and we do TikTok videos before it gets banned. Hopefully, it won't. And yeah, so we will see you in our next episode. I cannot talk. What is the problem?
Well, we're done.
We'll see you. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.